Hi, Jen Gilchrist here, back with another weekly Oracle card reading to give you guidance to support you in aligning in your highest path in the coming week. I'm going to be working with the Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell, and my intention is just to get some messages, whether it is guidance or things that could be potential pitfalls, next steps. And so let's take a look and see what's coming. It says, I am sorry, defenselessness, righting past wrongs, and uprooting. So if there is something going on with another person, which could very well be the case, it could be with yourself as well, but let's just start if it's with another person. There could be a sense of being asking you to kind of zoom out and look at something from a larger perspective, right? If there's something to apologize for, of course, just it seems like trying to make amends might be on the mind if you are working with somebody else, or if there is something to do with somebody else. So it's about looking out of it, like coming out of the black and white thinking of right and wrong, right? And looking at maybe the other person's point of view and perspective. It doesn't mean you have to completely change your mind or perspective, but it does sort of loosen the grip on any of the fighting or the confrontation or the black and white thinking or the kind of the energy that's keeping things locked in place. And so this is just asking you to surrender a little bit and zoom out and look at the larger perspective, look at different points of view. And if there's something to be apologizing for, then you can do that, of course, just to make amends if you feel called to. The other aspect of this is with yourself. Part of this card says righting past wrongs. There's a sense, I just see the energy of surrender within this card as well. So this could also be, if this applies to somebody else, take it as it resonates. It could also be with yourself. It could be with forgiving yourself from the past. It could be with acknowledging that you did the best you could at the time that you did, right? And maybe like as an example, it doesn't have to be this example to be relevant, but like maybe with your children as an example. I know who I am now is different than I was when my daughter was growing up, right? I didn't have an awakening yet. And so I had a completely different level of awareness. And so there was a point in time after she grew up where I went back and said, hey, I'm sorry how this and this and that went, can we, is there, basically just creating an amend for something that was even in the further past. So it could be something deeper like that. It could be with yourself, just forgiving yourself, knowing that you did the best you could as you can. Could be with source or God, right? So really it just is about owning your part within it, releasing the past, releasing any guilt and shame associated to it if it is having to do with something that you have done recently or long ago, and just allowing yourself to let it go. It just feels like this is going to be important so that you can, it's like this is an important step to step into whatever that next level is, or like whatever it is that you want to create next. It's like a cleaning up, a kind of a uprooting at the core, right? Cleanup of something in particular. Oh, look at it. I didn't even look at this card yet. I just turned it over. It says your life is a canvas. So the first step is creating space. It's releasing, it's letting go. It's just, giving a really fresh start. And that's exactly what this card is. And it's fitting as we're coming to the end of a year. Of course, we go through cycles all the time, but there's a big closeout chapter for everybody on a level when we close out the end of a year and we're starting anew, right? We're just kind of programmed in our belief and our mindset to really going, a fresh start, a new year, right? And it always is. Again, every day can be a fresh start, but there is sort of a big cleanup. And I think in general, we moved through a lot of energy this year, lots of big energy throughout the entire summer, the eclipse periods, and all of that. So this says your life is a canvas, artist, manifestation, and creative accountability. So you look at that, it's just dark to light, right? So letting go of the old, creating space for the new. And this could even be letting go of anger for others, whether there are people in your life that are alive or not. Maybe you're still holding on anger to your parents or to an ex-partner. This is like, release yourself from that. Release yourself from that, right? What was it that was recently I heard? I don't know. I think maybe it was, I don't remember. Maybe it was Abraham Hicks. I don't know. Actually, it might have been something else. But basically, the comment was, why can't I remember it? There must be some level of forgiveness happening towards others that's been held on to as well. But it's like holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to get hurt. Now, of course, we don't want the other person to get hurt. But what I'm saying is holding on to unforgiveness is anger, frustration, towards others or even towards yourself just creates toxicity within your own field, right? So when we have forgiveness towards people in our past, it's not saying that what they did is right, but it is freeing you from the contraction and the lower vibration and the anguish. Really, it could be robbing you of your peace still. But even if you think it's gone and you're still kind of holding on to it, not realizing it, it's actually creating a contraction. It's not allowing you to really expand into the next level. It's not allowing your heart to open to the next level. So yeah, it's about forgiveness and letting go, and then just starting a whole new thing. So this looks like creative ideas, allowing yourself space to just dream a bigger dream, dream a new dream extra. What I'm just seeing is like creating this space to really think about what is it that you desire, right? In your life, in your business, in your spiritual path, in your relationship space, in your financial space. Like giving yourself some time over the next month would be really powerful to really decide what things are working well, what things is it that you want to let go of, what is it that you've loved about this past year, what is it that you want to shift for this coming year, right? Really taking kind of an inventory. It looks like it could be powerful. And this says isolation, physical connection, and community. You're not alone. And so this is also remembering that when you are creating these bigger dreams, you have so much spiritual support. You have a lot of spiritual support. And I do kind of see the starseed energy in the background kind of showing up as like, hey, your spiritual support team is here. Don't forget about us. So that's one interpretation I would say for everybody. And then for some of you, if you have been in physical, like if there is something really going on with another person that's has been like a forefront or causing some anguish. It says isolation and physical connection and community. So it's going to be different for different people. For some people, it's about making amends with the person, only if that feels aligned. And for other people, it's realizing that you don't have to be alone, that you can reach out to friends, to communities, to support. Being in isolation is different than we all need some positive, especially introverts, highly sensitive empaths. Sometimes we need alone time to recharge, which is important. But this is almost feeling like isolation is really not healthy, right? This is where we are kind of cutting ourselves off. And this is saying that actually your community, whether it's your spiritual or in person, would be really beneficial, right? So that you can create connection with people. And think as human beings, that's just part of our nature. It's part of our tenet, it's part of who we are as beings, is to be in connection and heart-centered connections. So I hope that resonates for you. Let me know how that resonates in the comment below. You can share this with your family or friends. I do have a Meet Your Spirit Guide free meditation where you can connect with your spirit guides, your angels, your guides. If that's something that you think would be supportive, or you want to meet a new guide or try a new way, I'll put that free gift in the link below. And I look forward to talking with you again soon. Bye for now.